From the PEP Radio Newsroom, this is the daily news for July 9th, 2026. These are the stories we are covering at this hour. Venezuela quake survivors improvise showers, toilets amid water shortages. Thousands of people affected by the devastating earthquakes in Venezuela last month are increasingly facing challenges in accessing clean water, sanitation, and hygiene services. Families in the hardest hit state, La Guaira, have taken to the beach to shower and relieve themselves, with excrement now dotting parts of the once crowded Caribbean beaches. Others are using the little water they did not spill from their home storage tanks to do dishes and clean themselves. Many are living in temporary shelters or outdoors after 190 buildings collapsed and 856 others were damaged, according to Venezuelan officials. In the back-to-back earthquakes on June 24th that killed 3,811 people. In other news, Trump flew in an old Air Force One due to security concerns. The Secret Service urged President Donald Trump not to ride aboard his new Qatari gifted Air Force One, the New York Times reported. Although the president had pushed for the aircraft to be ready as soon as possible, lawmakers and some officials raised concerns that it may not be outfitted with sufficient security measures. The Secret Service reportedly advised against Trump flying the new plane out of Turkey as a precautionary measure. Asked on Wednesday why he wasn't flying on the new jet, Trump didn't answer directly and instead brought up the possibility of Iran wanting to assassinate him. I can't imagine why. It's a very dangerous profession, Trump said of being president. I'm number one on the kill list for Iran. They're lovely people. I'm number one. Sure you are, buddy. Sure you are. And in other news, the DSCC commits to fund new nominee to replace Graham Platner. The Democratic Senate Campaign Committee said it has started a fund that will be given to the nominee to replace Graham Platner, who dropped out of the race after being accused of sexual assault. Susan Collins is more vulnerable than she has ever been after voting with Trump 96% of the time, being the decisive vote for the justices who overturned Roe v. Wade and selling out to the special interests that fund her campaigns after 3 decades in the Senate. DSCC Executive Director Devin Barber said in a statement Wednesday, the DSCC will work tirelessly to ensure the new Democratic nominee has the infrastructure and resources to immediately turn their focus to the general election. And in November, we will defeat Susan Collins and win a Senate majority. And finally, in Pennsylvania news, July 4th extreme heat wave kills 7 in Philadelphia as dangerous climate-fueled conditions continue. By the time the long weekend hit Pennsylvanians, they were met with triple-digit temperatures and dense humidity that sent fans to pack cooling centers and forced officials to redraw plans for parades and other festivities. Heat like this is no longer just a one bad weekend inconvenience. It's a sign of where summers in the states are headed. The extreme heat wave over the Independence Day weekend killed 7 people in Philadelphia and strained emergency services across the city, not to mention most of Pennsylvania. The weekend showcased how extreme temperatures linked to climate change and pollution are turning annual celebrations into dangerous emergencies. According to the United States Environmental Protection Agency, heat is the leading cause of weather-related deaths in the country, averaging more fatalities than other weather conditions, such as hurricanes, floods, tornadoes, and winter storms in just 2024 alone. The July 4th heat was driven by a heat dome of high pressure sitting over the East Coast like a lid to a container, which pushed the afternoon into what the National Weather Service called record-breaking heat and caused National Weather Service to issue heat advisories for Pittsburgh and much of western Pennsylvania. Those were actually excessive heat warnings, just clarifying here. Highs topped 100 degrees in Philadelphia for 3 straight days and kept overnight lows unusually warm. Scientists at Climate Central say that in major U.S. cities, multi-day heat waves are already longer, more intense, more frequent, and happening over a longer period of the year than they did in the 1960s. That's the news at this hour. The PEP Radio YouTube channel has news updates throughout the day, every day. Be sure to subscribe to keep informed. PEP Radio is available on the Live 365 app, the homepage at paequality.com, Roku, Alexa, and wherever you find streaming radio. Up next, we have the Meadville area weather forecast here on PEP Radio.